There are stories that make you believe life only opens doors for the young, the strong, or the wealthy. But this story that breaks every one of those limits. This is the story of a man 65 years old with no money, no job, and no future. Yet he built a fried chicken empire known across the world. His name was Harland Sanders, or as we call him today, Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. Harland Sanders did not have a peaceful childhood. He lost his father at the age of 6. His mother had to work endlessly to support 3 children, and Sanders, a 6-year-old boy, was forced to learn how to cook just to take care of his siblings. From then on, he grew up doing all kinds of odd jobs: farming, railroad work, firefighting, selling insurance, running a gas station. But every job he took, he failed at. Sanders' life was a long chain of failures, so long that he once said, "My life had a lot of ups and downs, but mostly downs." But it was the tough days in a tiny gas station in Kentucky that finally gave him a chance to change his fate. There he began cooking fried chicken for travelers. A small recipe, created in a shabby little kitchen, slowly became a dish everyone remembered. People said he makes the best chicken in Kentucky. But just when Sanders started getting recognition, his spark of hope was crushed again. One day, the main road near his gas station was rerouted. Traffic dropped, customers vanished, and so did his income. The little restaurant Sanders had spent his entire youth building was forced to close. At 65 years old, Sanders stood by the roadside holding a pension check worth only $105, watching his life fall apart yet again. Most people at that age would have given up, but Sanders didn't. He said, "At my age, I had 2 choices: accept failure or fight for the last dream of my life." And so he began the craziest yet greatest journey of his life. Sanders took his pressure cooker, his secret herbs and spices, and his fried chicken recipe, and drove his old car from restaurant to restaurant, trying to sell it. He said, "I don't want to sell you KFC. I just want you to taste one piece of my chicken." But what he received were rejections. One restaurant rejected him, then 10, then 100. People called him crazy. A 65-year-old man selling a fried chicken recipe out of a rusty old pot? Who would care? But he kept knocking on doors. 200, 300, 500, 700, 1,000 times. 1,009 restaurants rejected Colonel Sanders. But on the 1,010th attempt, one restaurant said yes. And that one yes was enough to change the history of fast food forever. From that first contract, the recipe of 11 herbs and spices spread like wildfire. Within just a few years, Colonel Sanders had franchised hundreds of restaurants, and Kentucky Fried Chicken became legendary. At 74 years old, he sold KFC for $2 million, a huge amount at that time, but continued to serve as the brand's ambassador until the end of his life. And he became a global icon with his white suit, gentle smile, and the unmistakable black bow tie recognized around the world. What did Colonel Sanders teach us? That it is never too late to chase a dream, that the number of failures doesn't matter. What matters is the one time you succeed. That life may knock you down hundreds of times, but if you stand up just one more time, everything can change. He once said a very famous line, "I only needed one yes, just one." And that one yes created KFC. The fried chicken empire, now found in more than 145 countries with tens of thousands of stores worldwide. This is not a story about fried chicken. This is the story of a man who refused to let circumstances decide his destiny. A man who failed 1,009 times, but only needed to succeed once.